Today, 1 out of 3 Americans are obese, twice as many as 3 decades ago, and enough for the Center of Disease Control and Prevention to declare obesity an epidemic. More disturbing are the statistics relating to children. 15% of children and teens are overweight, a nearly threefold jump from 1980. According to the CDC, obesity is defined by your body mass index, or BMI, a fancy calculation in which your weight is divided by your height. If it's 25, you're overweight. If it's 30, you're obese. Over 40, you're morbidly obese. Obesity can be filled with trial and errors, from why we know we need to eat better, but choose not to, why diets don't work, and what happens if we don't change our habits. Obesity can be an uncomfortable topic to talk about, but if we talk about it, maybe it will be easier to do something about it. People can see there's an issue with the diet they choose, but they still choose the wrong diet. Why? And why do we crave unhealthy food instead of healthy food? Most of us know that junk food is unhealthy, and we know it's connected to a number of health problems. But if it's too bad for us, why do we keep choosing it? Stephen Witherly, a food scientist, says there are 2 factors that make the experience pleasurable. The sensations, so the taste, smell, and how it feels in your mouth, and macronutrient makeup of the food, so the blend of proteins, fats, and carbs. There are a range of factors that scientists and food manufacturers use to make food more addictive. Dynamic contrast, which is a combination of different sensations in the same food. So like an Oreo, you have the crunch of the cookie and the smoothness of the cream on the inside. A salivary response, the more it covers your mouth, the more it covers your taste buds, the more appetizing it is. That's why people who like unhealthy food like sauces on them. And rapid food meltdown, or vanishing caloric density. It melts in your mouth, so it feels like you're not eating as much as you actually are. What happens if we continue down the wrong path? What happens if we don't take control over our health? The National Institute of Diabetes, Digestive, and Kidney Disease says excess weight may increase the risk for many health problems, including type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, and strokes, certain types of cancers, sleep apnea, osteoarthritis, fatty liver disease, kidney disease, and problems if you are pregnant or become pregnant. Many people continue down an unhealthy path claiming they can stop whenever they want, and then eventually get one or more of those conditions. With my mother, she had always eaten well, but she hit this slump and she just started eating worse and worse and not getting the fruits and vegetables that she needed. So she had high cholesterol to high blood pressure, and then eventually she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And that finally snapped her into eating a better diet. But you shouldn't wait until you get something to change the way you eat. Not only does obesity bring every risk to your health, but when you are diagnosed with one of the conditions I listed above, they also come with the risk. If you don't monitor your diabetes, you can end up on 1,000,000 pills, and you're at more of a risk to have a stroke. My uncle wasn't properly watching his diabetes, and he had a stroke. And that changed him. It was a very difficult time, and no family should have to go through it. Changing your unhealthy habits can be hard, but you have to stick with it. But it's unfortunate when you decide to change your ways that the diets you choose aren't working. When people decide their weight has become too much, they turn to diets, which work to lose weight, but they don't keep the weight off. About 95% of people who lose weight by dieting will regain it in 1 to 5 years. Diets also do not promote healthy eating. Most diets are restrictive, either restricting carbs and higher proteins or dairy, etc. Restrictive dieting can take the pleasure out of eating, which can turn into an eating disorder. According to Psychology Today, the first step to permanent healthy weight loss is to lose the diet and the diet mindset. Instead, think of a healthy eating plan that you could live with and enjoy for life. Obesity can be a hard fight, but together we can fight it. According to the National Institute of Health, obesity and overweight together are the second leading cause of preventable death in the United States, close behind tobacco use. An estimated 300,000 deaths per year are due to the obesity epidemic. Obesity can be filled with trial and errors, from why we know we need to eat better but choose not to, why diets don't work, and what happens if we don't change our habits. Obesity can be an uncomfortable topic to talk about, but I want to talk about it. I want us to do something about it because we all deserve to live a healthy life.
And by taking control now, you may lower the risk of developing serious health problems like heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, gallstones, and some cancers. Losing just 5% of your body weight may also decrease the stress you're putting on your body. That means doing more of the things you enjoy without the aches and pains. It's the little things that make up the weight gain. And it's the little things that will help take it back off. Wouldn't you like to drop the weight and stop picking up more? Obesity happens 1 pound at a time. So does preventing it.